4 out of 10 for the intro music. Go back to the old stuff. Yeah, I said it. I mean it. Yo, what's happening, gang? What's happening, FTW family? It's your boy, FTW Rock. We're here with this Monday Night Get Busy review for Monday Night Raw. Hey, y'all. We got a lot of Murray sighting tonight. Whoa. What happening, Loud? What's been up to, gang?
Yeah, man. All kinds of shit, regular. Same shit, different toilet, just going through some things, but I'll be back eventually. It's good to be here tonight. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. It's good to see you. I'm excited to do a review, and Raw wasn't half bad tonight, so I'm glad to talk about it.
Legend has it, you got them freaks going. You ain't got to answer that, bro. You ain't got to answer that. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. But yeah, man, hey, it's always a pleasure to see my boy Loud, man. We miss you, and we're glad to have you on tonight. So, tonight was a pretty decent show. I in my opinion, I know I give a lot of shows with it, but this is generally how Raw goes. I give it about like a 3 out of 5 on a Richter scale. What about you, Loud?
Yeah, you know what? I'll even give it a 3.5, man. I mean,
okay.
Like the first hour was a little hit or miss for me. It almost lost me at a point of the first hour in, but then just picked up and took off from there, and I was all in after that. So it ended on a high note for me. I was good Raw, better Raw than I've seen in a while for me.
Okay.
So
I feel you on that. Okay. I ain't mad at that at all, bro. All right, so the first thing that happened, man, with Raw tonight, Gunther, the Angel, came out, right? He came out, he pretty much about to talk a little mess about his challenge about Damian Priest. So before he can really get into his whole spiel, Damian Priest comes out and he's like, hey, whatever you gonna say to my face. Matter of fact, I already know what you're gonna say. I'm street trash, I don't deserve to be here, you're better. All you have to do is wait on the phone call, right? And he like, but I know you're scared because you really didn't beat me. If it wasn't for Damian Priest, if it wasn't for Finn Balor, you would be champion. He betrayed me, so you know you can't beat me straight up. And also, your confidence got shook even more when Cody Rhodes just pinned you. And if anybody else was in this ring talking bad about you, you'd have punched him by now. But you ain't gonna hit me. I know you ain't. Right when that happened, of course, we get Ludwig Kaiser come out. He gets to talking his stuff. But, plot twist, Gunther is pissed off about Ludwig coming out there. He holds the mic and like, hey, man, I ain't asked you to come out here. You know what I mean? What you got going? So, with all that happening, Ludwig tried to confront Damian. Damian punched him in the mouth, throw him over the ring. Right when that happens, it's like Gunther's going to attack. Damian turns around, Gunther backs up, then gets out the ring, right? So, this was a pretty interesting back and forth between Gunther and Damian. I'm really interested in what's going to happen at this match. I pretty much think Gunther is going to win, and they're making Damian very, very strong right now, but then it'll be more impressive for Gunther. Because we all know Gunther pretty much don't lose. He's only been pinned by like 4 or 5 people in WWE total. So, also, I'm going to point this out too. Damian Priest had on a Bad Bunny shirt. They were funny to me. But Loud, man, we think about this first segment and everything around it, bro.
I liked it and I hated it at the same time. The reason I liked it was good for Damian. Best thing they could have done for Damian, keeps him relevant, and he destroyed Gunther on the mic tonight. Gunther is not strong on the mic, hasn't been ever really. That's his weakest point for me personally. I think it's mainly a language thing. I mean, he speaks English fine, but he's still learning the language. So there's phrases or like slang he tries to say or use that kind of throws awkward pauses in there, and it seems like he might be stuttering on the mic or searching for something, and it could just be a language barrier. Very possible. But for me, his weakest thing, if you could say anything about him is weak, is his mic skills. Damian is not very good either. So I thought, okay, they're both kind of mid on the mic. We'll see what can happen. Damian destroyed him. So I don't like look kind of weak, and they almost made him look like afraid of Priest. I get that they're trying to give Priest an edge and give you, hey man, Priest might take this, he might win this, it might come, this might happen. Not going to, people, sorry, spoiler alert. But I feel like they could have done it a different way. They could have just had Gunther look more apprehensive than scared. You know what I mean? Like, and now with the Ludwig thing, oh man, I really didn't hope that was going to happen yet, because I wanted to see when Ilya comes back off injury. I want to see Ilya join Imperium. I want to see Ilya, them three. I think that is what's make Imperium even more beastly. It'd be amazing. Then you have the turn where Ilya goes after Gunther. We still remember that epic battle. I don't know. I don't. So I see they're going some direction with it. I'm gonna let them cook. They're doing all right. It was a good way to start Raw. It definitely had my interest.
For sure. Me personally, I think Gunther has gotten a lot better on the mic. I get what you're saying, but I guess like you said, the language barrier, the actual pronouncing the words. You know what I mean? Getting the actual tongue to say the words correctly. I see what you mean with that, but in my opinion, he got a world better than when he was Walter. World better.
Yeah.
So he cooked Damien when they first got on the mic for the first time, and then he went and cooked Bret Hart, saying give his favorite wrestler was Bill Goldberg, and he didn't just say Goldberg. People got recognized. He said Bill Goldberg, just like Bret Hart says it. And then he get in front of Goldberg and say, "You were never my favorite wrestler. You're a one-trick pony." He cooked for about 2 months straight. Gunther cooked. So I think right here, this shows his development as far as making his character versatile. He can be the over person, the person who you expect to win, or he can be the underdog. Right now, they're making him seem like the underdog with this type of, with this type of thing. So it kind of makes his character go, hey, whatever scene you put me in, I can do either one. So eventually, every heel has a face turn. So maybe like 2 years from now, something like that, Gunther may have a face turn. He's showing now, hey, I can be the underdog and still carry my weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just feel like that's kind of like he's just showing his versatility, and I'm not mad at it. Like you said, appreciate you. Like you said, it could have been a little stronger, but I kind of feel like that's the direction that he wanted to go to, at least Gunther with this, and
very possible.
Well, yeah.
And I don't have to agree with the direction they chose to take it. That was just my takeaway from it. I was like, okay, it makes you seem weak, him seem strong. That's probably what they're going for. So they're achieving what they're going for. I just didn't particularly like it because I like Gunther, and I just don't really see Priest as a world champion. He made his world championship run. He had it. Cool. I'm happy for him. He deserved it, but I don't need to see it again.
I think, in my opinion, they're supposed to be coming out with some type of mask for him eventually. I don't think they're going to wrestle with the mask, and then it's going to be kind of like more of an Andrade thing, where he's like wearing it to the ring and take it off. But I like Damien. I even like him on the mic now. He's better on the mic. I like his persona. It's just still something. I don't know. Something missing. Yeah. And maybe it's music. I really don't mess with the music like that. It don't get me excited at all.
His original music was badass. When he was the Archer, that shit, the whole everything, that worked. This
even with the music he had with Judgment Day, it like felt. Yes. It felt hard, but the music now, I don't fool with it. I don't like it.
Nope.
I don't like it. Thank you. We're gonna let them cook. Maybe they're doing something that we don't see. You know what I mean? We gotta wait for the finishing product. With a lot of these heavyweight guys, that's kind of like how it is. So we were waiting on a face turn. I'm telling you this right now. I've been saying this for a little bit. We got what the hell we asked for.
Yep.
Just like I said about, oh man, I'm so happy when Raw goes 2 hours. We got what the hell we asked for. We just not seeing the Y6 on here, and it's been like 4 weeks. That's another discussion. You know what I mean? Like you gotta cut things out, basically. And soon they went to 2 hours.
Before I haven't had a chance to really talk to y'all, but I did hear. So you can tell me if you heard this. If Boss Man's heard this, he can cut in. I did hear the rumor on the rumor mill that they're going to increase SmackDown to 3 hours.
Yeah, SmackDown and Raw in January both are going 3 hours.
Oh, so Raw's going back to 3 as well?
Yeah, both of them going 3 hours.
See, so what I think happened is they dropped the hour, which we've been asking for. I've been asking for 2 hours for a long time. What I forgot, what not really forgot, I just never factored this into my give me 2 hours instead of 3, is the commercials don't change. There's still the same amount of commercial segment blocks. So a 2 hour show now becomes an hour and 15 minutes. 6 matches becomes 4 matches with a lot of just trash thrown in there, and a lot of people get thrown in the back and you don't see them. They're doing all these live shows and stuff and you never get to see them on TV because they don't have the time for them. Now I see we need that 3rd hour. If you're going to have commercials, especially as many as y'all fucking do, I don't care if there's picture-in-picture or not, if you're going to do that shit, we need the 3rd hour. You have too big of a roster, too many stories, too much to tell for only an hour and 15, hour and 25 minutes.
You're right. I agree with you. My only problem with the 3rd hour, I wish they would start an hour before. Start an hour earlier, so then I love the time that it's ending now. I love it, but I just hate the fact that it's so much stuff that's not been. We didn't see Chad Gable on tonight. We didn't. We saw New Day, but we still didn't really get no more developments. It's the same thing going on right now.
Yeah, same thing. You're right. Yeah.
Same thing. We didn't get an R-Truth match. It's like it's certain things that we're just not getting right now, and we got the I'm gonna say that for a different, because we're about to get into it a little bit. But one thing we got that we didn't have to get, and one thing I think we should get. I think if we had that 3rd hour, not only we have this women's world U.S. title that just opened up, we'll probably have a women's and a continental title as well.
Oh yeah,
if they had a 3rd hour.
Definitely, that's next. That's going to happen. I think they're testing the waters with the United States, and it's going to be a huge success because we've been asking for this for years.
Yeah. So we're gonna see. We're gonna let them cook and just just wait on it. Certain things that cut out. Hopefully they get to add stuff back when they get that 3rd hour. Yep. Next thing we had a little backstage segment that involved R-Truth and Kofi Kingston. Kofi pretty much thanking R-Truth for helping them out the other night or last week when they were getting jumped or whatnot. Pete Dunne pretty much interrupted them for some odd reason. I have no idea why they randomly put Pete Dunne in there. Xavier Woods like, hey, that's not our business once again. And Kofi's still like, no, I'm gonna fight him. And then R-Truth was like, hey, don't call Pete Butch, or don't call Butch Pete, pretty much. Getting it reversed. You know what I mean? So, this segment was okay. I just think it was kind of necessary. We didn't really need this segment just to set up for the match. They really just could have had a match and used this little 2 or 3 minutes for somebody else, in my opinion. But hey, it was alright, I guess. You got any opinion on it?
I feel a little. I'm with you for the most part, and I think it should have been flipped. I liked the segment, didn't need the match. All they had to have was a little backstage segment, whatever, with the Xavier in the background, Kofi saying, I don't know why Xavier didn't let me, they could have still had that little thing, maybe even the interaction with Butch and them leading up to, okay, they're going to fight in the future. We didn't need to have it tonight, though. That's my only.
I agree. Now, the next thing we had on the card, we had PFC. Hate that fucking name. We had Pure Fusion Collection, who is
PFC sounds so much better than the shit. We'll just call it PFC.
No. I'm saying the whole thing so people can know how ridiculous this is. All right. All right. So PFC Pure Fusion Collection versus Damage Control, who now all of a sudden Damage Control is the face. Forget everything they did to Bailey. Nobody explained it. Nobody, went back and apologized to Bailey or nothing. They're a face now. Okay. Well, the fuck supposed to vote, I guess. So, now, tonight was the return of Dakota Kai. Now, this match.
I know.
I thought it was gonna be a lot better than it was. It wasn't a good match in my opinion. I didn't like it at all. It wasn't a single. The only thing was good about was Io's moonsault. That's it.
Thank you. That's it.
Everything else, I saw slow mess ups. I saw little parts where like it looked like they were confused. Nobody was on the same page. I even saw Shayna get lost a couple times, and she don't get lost.
No, she's the vet in there, and normally she'll make anything and anyone look good. And you're right, man. Tonight, that whole thing just looked like a bunch of rookies messing around in the ring for the first time. It did not look good. And you've got Io, you've got Kyrie, you've got Shayna. What in the fuck is going on?
Come on now, and think about it. He's always a little newer than the rest of them, but she ain't no chopped liver. And then you got
Sonya. That's what we're saying. What the fuck?
What the fuck were y'all doing out there? It was just a bunch of clusterfuck. Like it just didn't feel like they all knew what they were supposed to do. And another thing is, I'm glad Io got the win, but at the same time though, you still making PFC a little weaker and weaker, so they don't win matches. They're damn near like the female version of the Final Testament. And it's like, who is it again? What's her name? Dakota Kai. She returned tonight, but her moves wasn't hit like that, and she didn't get the pinfall. Tonight should have been about her return. You feel what I'm saying? Like this should have been like, oh shit, we got somebody about to even this up and beat ass. She came and it's like, man, Dakota Kai, I guess, and I pretty much, me and Bossman talked about this. We think whenever they do start doing actual cuts and not just people, contracts expiring or mutual, parting ways like they did with the last three. Right. We figured out all three of them were not cut. They were mutual part ways or contracts expired and they didn't renew. So this one right here, when the cuts happen, they throw the cat out of there. They're gonna cut her. She's not hitting like that. They may cut PFC, the whole damn group. Well, no, they're not gonna cut Shayna and Zelina. Not Zelina, but Zoe. Yeah, they're not gonna cut them. Zoe's too young and good. Zelina is the vet who carried NXT for a long time. Yeah. As far as the women's division, I don't think they're gonna cut her.
Unless Shayna asked for her release. I wouldn't be surprised if Shayna said, I don't want to renew my contract. I want to be released.
And I wouldn't be surprised about that either. They're not doing that with her. She's not in the women's world title picture.
Thank you.
Baffles me. But she's not. Also, we didn't get LWO tonight either. None of them. Not even Zelina. I'm not gonna say I'm mad, but at the same time, that shows that third hour being cut. Didn't have time for them. But yeah, this match is bad. Just bad. I didn't want to see it. Literally 1.2 out of 5. It was bad to me. Don't do it again, Daddy. Don't do it again. Like this was just terrible. It made everybody in the match look bad except Io. Everybody else just looked bad. So yeah,
bad. That's the problem. They all look bad and they're not bad.
Thank you. All of them are good wrestlers, veterans, people who've been doing this over 10 years. I don't think anybody in there, maybe it's Zoe, but she's probably doing like 7 or 8 years for sure, probably.
Zoe's definitely the youngest as far as all of them are in wrestling, and she's still probably close to a decade. So, yeah.
What's up, Reptar? Shout out to Reptar, man. We missed you on the. Hey, man, clock in.
Right?
Just talking, leave comments. You can talk about this too. But no, we appreciate it, though. Reptar.
Click the link. Come on in.
Click the link. But yeah, Like I said, man, this bad match. I hope they don't do anything like this again. It was just one a good look for either one.
Don't
You
run
got
it
anything
back.
else?
Don't run it back.
Don't run it back. You got anything else to say about this match?
Nada.
For sure. All right. Next segment we have, and this segment didn't really make a lot of sense to me because of what happened on Friday and what happened when the camera went off and everybody saw it. But the next segment was the Usos talking to Sami Zayn back, and of course Jay and Sami are cool, but Jimmy's still acting like he got a problem with Sami. When the cameras went off, and this was very publicly known, they did the handshake and everything. He was hugging Roman. They did all one. Everybody was cool and stuff. You know what I mean? They looked like they were all just back together completely. Them acting like they still got tension. I get it. I'm not mad at it. But when them cameras went off and all this stuff, they shouldn't have did all the things. You know what I mean? Like I like Jimmy and Jay and Sammy having friction now. I haven't watched today. My internet's shot right now. Okay, Reptar. I give you a pass this time.
We ain't had the best weather. We ain't had the best weather in New York, so.
I feel you. I give you a pass, Reptar. But yeah, I don't think they should have did all the celebrating and being all friendly with each other afterwards if this was gonna happen. Like I said, I like Jimmy and Sammy having the friction. It's kind of long-term storytelling because at first it was Jay and Sammy last time. Now it's Jimmy and Sammy. Jay letting them in the family. First time Jimmy let him in the family. Now Jimmy don't want him in. You know what I mean? And last time Jay didn't want him in. So it's kind of poetic. You know what I mean? It's switching roles right now. But just don't do all that bullshit after the show. It just made it a little more confusing.
That's where you need to keep kayfabe a little better. We get it, you know, and that's why I hate house shows. I know house shows are needed, you know, non-televised shows, but that's mainly for the wrestlers and the fans. They get to goof around, they get to talk to the fans, grab the mic, just throw merch. You know, that's when they just get to have fun. Or untelevised house shows. I get that, but when you got the interaction of the faces and the heels, and this is 2024, almost 2025 now, people. Everyone has a phone. Everyone's live. Everyone's recording. Everyone's streaming. Everyone's posting something to get some kind of like or click, whatever. And if they're seeing, oh my God, I got Roman Reigns, and look, there's John Moxley from AEW, that they're shaking hands in the parking lot. Well, that's gonna go viral in minutes. And now you've got, what's gonna go on? So you got to watch what you're doing now more than ever when it comes to some things, especially big names. Like you got this big bloodline storyline in the Civil War going on. You still want to have Jimmy have friction with Sammy. If you still want to have that in there in your story, you can't have them doing the handshake and hugging afterward.
Right,
you can have them maybe shake or maybe dab, and Jimmy be like, all right, you know, something like that, but still keep an eye on him and just end it like that. You don't need to have the celebration shit.
Mm-hmm. I totally agree. This bloodline story is heating up. Heating right back up. They haven't missed a beat. It's still, you know, dramatic. Now this is the Sammy that we all needed. We need this Sammy back. The one that's causing friction in the bloodline, but also the most entertaining person in the bloodline.
Yeah,
we need it.
Yeah,
we need it. So
Sammy.
I'm glad we got him. They got the only thing I don't like about Sammy that he looks too homeless. You know, he looks too homeless. Go ahead, put on the goddamn honorary.
Think of the last person that looked as homeless as Sami Zayn in WWE.
Mankind, but still though.
No. I mean, okay, but that's not the last person. The last person is Daniel Bryan. When that motherfucker looked like a lumberjack, and now he's Bryan Danielson in a Hall of Famer and everything else. You know, future Hall of Famer.
But think about it. He looks like a lumberjack. His shirts were clean. They were earned. You know what I mean? And you know, Sammy just be throwing in damn thing. The hoodie don't be zipped all the way up. The shirt under it don't be anything on it at all. Which, you know, that would be fine if you were like clean cut type of guy, but you're not. You got the messy hair, you got the messy beard, which is nothing wrong with it. But I don't like you looking that homeless. Like, put on the honorary goddamn Woo shirt.
Yes.
Put the shit on.
I hope we get that.
Get a hoodie that says honorary Woo. You can wear that every week. You know what I mean? God damn it, this shit just looks. I don't like it. But anyways. This is the same character that we need. These are the bloodline story that we needed, and it's heating up. Pretty much they talking like, hey, we're gonna need a fifth member. We can't think of anybody on Raw and on SmackDown. Sam, you know anybody? He's like, okay, I think I know somebody. So we're gonna put a thumbnail on that, and we're gonna come back to that, guy.
The only thing I want to say to that, I'm not going to give anything away, is that I was actually surprised of who he went to. I was like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming. Okay, cool.
I had a small inkling, but I didn't think it was gonna happen at all. I didn't think it was gonna happen at all. But we're gonna go to the next thing, man. Next thing we had the dumbass match. I can say the dumbass match because this match was better than TLC match. We had the match between Kofi Kingston and Pete Dunne. Which this match was decent. It wasn't no horrible match. You know, they hit hard. They make each other look good. They're not, no slouches at all. But like you said, the match may have been just a little unnecessary. It's pretty much just a filler match. It's alright. It just caused more tension between the New Day. For everyone who don't know, so Pete Dunne got this win, but during the match, for a good amount of time, it looked like Kofi Kingston was going to win. Then for some reason, Kofi was mad at Xavier for being mad at him, and he got a little distracted. And Xavier was like, "Stop looking at me, focus on the match."
Yeah.
Sure enough, as soon as he got distracted, Pete Dunne kicked him in the face while he was coming in the ring, and he got that little what's that move? That little move he did where he turned him over in the air.
Bitter end.
Yeah, got the bitter end on him, and it was a bitter end. It was done with after that. So after the match, of course, Xavier and Kofi got into argument, and Kofi pushed him at one point. Me personally, I kind of want to see the Xavier heel turn, but I know it'd be more of a plot twist and more of a shock if Kofi turns.
Yeah.
If Kofi only turns, it'd be more of a and so I wouldn't be mad with either one of them.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm watching it again. Xavier's fucking face when the 3 count hit, the camera turned to him. He just like, I told your black ass. I told your black ass. Don't come over here messing with these people, but you did. So there's more drama between them. Kofi pushed them, and they were just arguing pretty much. We're gonna see what happens with that.
I like Xavier's shirt tonight. It said "Burn the ships," which I guess he's using now because Corbin's not there anymore. So it says "Burn the ships." I support those that support me, or something like that. Like I basically, I'm down for the ones that are down for me. That's it. Like, so I definitely see. I think they are gonna do him doing the heel turn, which is everyone sees coming. I'm with you though. Kofi would be so much better. That'd be the whoa, okay factor. I really want them to make it to 10 years, so I think it's going to happen at their 10-year celebration.
It's going to happen at the 10-year celebration. It's going to happen at the 10-year celebration for sure, and Big E's going to be involved in it somehow.
He should be. It's a new day. He's still part of the new day.
He's got the new day is a celebration for the whole team, so Big E is going to be there.
Right.
Now, I don't think he's going to take a bump or anything.
No.
Whoever turns on, who's going to turn while Big E's turned around or some shit and walk out the ring or some shit like that. Yep. But it's gonna be sad. It's gonna be heartbreaking. I pretty much still think the New Day could have Xavier do a singles run, but with them involved, but they don't want to do that. So, what's up, boss man? We need a word from our sponsors.
Yes, sir, we do, man. You already know. Man, if you guys want to be a paid sponsor, all you got to do is hit up one of the guys here on the FTW podcast, and you'll be able to be a paid sponsor, and we'll show your stuff here live 5 to 7 days a week. And with that being said, we're going to kick it off with our 2 paid sponsors, our boy Daryl Austin from Passport Republic and his people from Forever 21 Entertainment.
Down M13 through 75 is the home for me. Welcome to Saginaw, Saginaw, Saginaw. Down M13 through Genesee.
Oh, that was hitting. Hell, hold up. Bring that back.
Keep your focus, stack the millions. Rim boys, chuck and fly, throw it up, hold it down. Booking 1.75, trafficking going south. Bars been the yak town, credit max, it's on now. Mac the jacket 313, T-Pow 8 town. Cleveland, chiefin' with Kilo and La. Blowing green, drenching the bluegrass with folk eye. Me and Thug burning, flip burning, skirt no 22s, bro, Burt and Love Almighty. What's up, nigga? Tuned in. Turned up, on go. Everything gon' go, nigga. Tuned in, turned up, on go.
Yeah, okay.
I'll start my rap career right now.
Oh,
And there you guys have it. Those are our 2 paid sponsors. And if you want to be a paid sponsor and be able to stop a show and get your stuff live and moisturize, as the team said back in the gap, we got y'all, man. And that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all get back to an amazing show with our boy FTW Rockin' and our boy Loud Man Murray.
You might want to stay on here, boss. Damn, I try to get him.
Rock, don't even try to start. Look, we're trying to get followers, not people be clicking away now. Don't even start that.
I could be a rapper if I wanted to. I decided not to. I decided to let Boss Man have some shine. You know,
right. You didn't want to take everything from. You already had basketball and wrestling. You didn't want to take the mic skills too, right? I got you. Okay.
Yeah, you know, I'm a basketball, I rap, so I'm like a triple threat. That three. Anyways, but yeah. All right, man. So So what you got anything else to say about the New Day thing and the Pete Dunne match?
No.
Okay. All right. Cool. So the next thing that happened, which I'm gonna let y'all know, this is probably my favorite part of, or I say this with something else we're gonna announce later on. It ain't even these two parts ain't even a match. But this may have been one of my best parts I've wanted to see for a while. Next thing we had, of course, we had the whole Judgment Day back in the back, right? Talking, laughing, doing whatever, talking about matches or whatnot. Of course, Carlito and JD are in the back playing the WWE 2K, and they're having a little fun. Then Finn Balor kind of confronts Dom. He's like, "Hey, you guys are supposed to take care of Damien. You lost the match, and now Damien's one step closer to being world champion again." Dom got in this man's face and was serious. No joking around, no cowarding, none of that. And he looked like a man, like, you know, Dom is 6'2",
Yeah.
and Finn was about like 5'10". So he was up in his face, and he said, "Hey, I already pinned Damien. I've been closer to being a world champion than you ever have, or closer.
Recently.
I've been closer right. Yeah, I've been closer right now than you have." With the most serious face I ever seen Dom ever make. And then Finn's like, "Hey, what you say, kid?" You know, and I could tell Finn was on like a step stool. Cause Finn not 6'2". He shouldn't be looking Dom in the eyes. That's for y'all don't know, they do little tricks like that. They have some like a little step stool or something like that to make people look like they're the same size. Finn is nowhere near the same height as Dom. Dom is noticeably taller than Finn for sure. So, but they have looking eye to eye. Y'all, this right here, this Cook. Dom fucking cooked Finn with that one. He was a little pissed. He said, "What you say, kid?" Then, you know, of course, the rest of the Judgment, they had to break it up. And he's like, "You know what? Since you taking care of business and whatnot, how about you and Carlito handle the War Raiders next week?" And he's like, "All right, cool. I'll go talk to Adam and make it official." And Carlito, he's like, "Hold on, whoa, what you talking about? Hey, come back.
That's not cool.
That's not cool." You know. So, in my opinion, you know, I kind of like the comedy aspect of Carlito, but I feel like he's not only should he be comedic, he should be the powerhouse too. He should be like power bombing and clotheslining and throwing people over the ropes type shit. Cause he's the bigger guy out of there, and he's big. Carlito ain't no small person. Hell, he don't even wrestle like a small guy no more. So there's nothing wrong with him being kind of comedic, but
Yeah.
I think the persona that JD has is to give that to Carlito. You know what I mean? Because JD will confront somebody.
Yeah.
For real. I need another championship run with Belair. Belair who?
Bianca. He needs Bianca to have another championship run.
Yeah. I ain't know. I was thinking about
What up, man? That's my boy JR, man, from back in the Gap, man. I know him from a long time ago. Been knowing him for like 10 plus years, man. That's my boy right there. What up, man? Good to hear from you.
Yeah, now this is JR Thomas, not JR Wynn, y'all. That's a different JR. So yeah. Bianca gonna get no eventually. Right now she's just getting Jade ready to take off by herself. But she's definitely gonna get another title run for sure. And it's probably gonna be the World Women's title, the World Heavyweight Women's title for sure. But yeah, shout out to you, Daryl. Appreciate you for joining the show, man. But yeah, this whole little interaction, man, what you think about it, Lyle?
I was for it. Definitely. When I heard Dom's house, like, oh shit, here we go. And look, I've been a Dom guy for a while now. Okay, like I love what he's doing. They're not booing him. They're still booing him, nowhere near as much as they were, but he's still over as fuck. All right, and I like how they're being able to tell this long-term storytelling with. Well, he was with basically he was a submissive to Rhea, obviously. Now he's got a complete opposite of Rhea and this woman that like adores him and puts him like on this pedestal, like he's the shit. And now you're seeing him step up and like, well, look at me, I'm a man. Now, whether that's archaic thinking or not, it's storytelling, people. And it's good storytelling. It's common classic storytelling that we don't really see a lot of. So it's kind of refreshing. So I'm all for it. He was like the deadbeat dad storyline. I hear you, man. There's a lot of people that feel that way, just because it's disrespectful to the father, to Rey Mysterio and the father. I feel like that's probably the base of what made Dom the heel. It's at the very base and beginning of him going after his dad, calling his dad a dead. That's what got people to hate him at the very beginning. And then everything he's done since then is just a stack on of him, hating his deadbeat dad.
Yeah, it's just trolling at this point. He's just trolling him at this point. I like it. It's kind of funny to me. Cause like you said, it's what got him over. It's what got him the hated part in the first beginning. So I don't mind it at all, man. Dom, please do not take what I'm about to say too harshly, everybody. But hear me out. Dom actually has a chance to actually be the greatest Mysterio. Damn near without winning the title. Now I think he's gonna have to win titles, but he has a chance to because he's so young. People don't know, bro. That like Dom technically been in the business about 10 years, and actually doing wrestling things like 10 years. I'm not talking about back in the day when he was Ray and Eddie's dangling point. You know what I mean? I'm not even talking about that. But he's actually doing wrestling thing about 10 years now. And literally he's one of the most over characters in the whole business right now. And that's something to say. Ray is a legend. Absolutely, Ray's a legend. Ray's actually my personal favorite top 5. You know what I mean? Don can't do what his dad can do. He don't have to do what his dad do. He don't have to.
He adapts. I don't think he can do what his dad could do in the ring. But he's more than capable on the mic. Ray's not known for his mic skills either. Ray was real simple with all his promos, his mic promos. He didn't need to cut these epic, rap battle promos on nobody. He was Rey Mysterio. He's the ultimate underdog. So, of course, that's just what he ran with was his prowess in the ring, his ability to do what he did in the ring and make it seem so effortless and flawless for all these years is what makes Rey Mysterio. And Dom will never be like that in the ring. But on the mic, I think he's got him already, personally.
The only time Rey Mysterio really cooked on the mic is when he was the Hootie Who Rey Mysterio in WCW. Where he didn't have the mask on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely for sure. When he didn't have the mask on, he had the horns, and he was running with Conan and
Rey
everything.
Mysterio Jr. with the NWO
And,
Red and Black Wolfpack. Yes, sir.
yes, sir. And then he had the jumpsuits on. You know what I mean? And he actually had a longer cruiserweight title run in that without the mask. Now that Rey Mysterio would get on the mic. That one would, but I think when he got on in WWE, he didn't have to no more. You know what I mean? Like he of course, like you said, he did it once in a while. He still does it once in a while now, and he'll say a few things pretty straight every now and then. But it's not what he's based off of. It's strictly in ring. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So he's not gonna be where he was in the ring for sure. You can't be. There's heavyweight champions who will never be a Rey Mysterio, but he can be where he is as far as overall notoriety. He can do that for sure. And I think he has a real possibility to do that by the end of his career. So we're gonna go ahead and move on from that. Let that cook, man. It was like I said, I really liked that segment of the show. It really entertained me to the fullest. All right, so next thing that we had Big Bronson Reed. Yes, sir. My boy Big Bronson Reed mean business, man. He came out pretty much started talking about his period with Self, pretty much his match they had, and the fact that last week he took out Self, Damian Priest, and Sheamus in that Fatal 4-Way match. He totally fucking destroyed him. Well deserved this push he's getting, man. I really like it. Me personally, I think he should have won the match at Crown Jewel. But if they're gonna keep the feud going, then I'm not mad at him losing the match now. Since they're gonna keep it going, I'm not mad at all. But they're gonna have a match next week. Bronson Reed needs to win this match. And you know how Bronson Reed needs to win this match? He needs to win this match by Solo them interfering. Solo them needs to interfere, and I'm gonna tell you why a little later on. There's a little, foreshadowing, but there's a reason why that should happen. What do you think about this? So Bronson Reed came out talking about the match, and then Seth Rollins came out, and they had another brawl. Pretty much, it looked like Seth was gonna talk, then he just dropped the mic and ran to the ring. They had a little brawl and whatnot. They ended up getting broken up. Backstage, who was again? Seth Rollins approached Adam Pearce about this. Adam Pearce like, y'all need to end this. He's like, okay, next week y'all get one more chance. Y'all need to end this. So while that's happening, he gets approached by none other than Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is like, hey, I know I'm just checking on you, make sure you're straight, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. I know it seems weird with me being back with the bloodline. Nobody knows more hurt about them than myself. We need a fifth member at War Games. We could be it. He's like, hell fucking nah. I'm not fucking with that bloodline shit. I'm not fucking with Roman Reigns. I don't believe he's genuine. I think he's using you. You need to get out of there. Stop fooling with them. So he pretty much told him no for now. But like we said earlier, we didn't know who the fifth member was gonna be. I'm very surprised that they actually went with Seth. I kind of thought they might, but I'm very surprised they actually did. So this whole segment, this thing with Bronson Reed, Seth, and then going to the Sami Zayn thing. What do you think about this whole little thing?
I think Seth would be a neat addition. I don't necessarily want him in there in Elimination Chamber. I mean, not Elimination Chamber, War Games. The segment was neat. Definitely the way he talked to him, told Sammy, yeah, there's not a chance in hell. I don't trust Roman. I will never tag with Roman ever again. Blah, blah. No. I was like, okay, yeah. I just hope they don't do this Bronson shit with him, and then Bronson's with the bloodline and he's with them, and they just so they can get age. That'd be so stupid. Please don't ruin a perfectly good Civil War bloodline with that crap, WWE. That's the only fear I have. They're gonna do some stupid shit like that now. But
put Bronson with Solo. Oh,
I'm afraid that something's gonna happen next week, and the match ain't gonna get to happen. Like they might pull a KO Randy Orton at the pay-per-view type shit, where the match never happens or some bullshit. So to finalize it, they put Seth with fucking Roman and them, and then Bronson goes with Solo in the new bloodline, just so that they can face each other inside War Games.
Well, the only reason why I'm gonna foreshadow a little bit more. So we don't know what's gonna happen right now, only because Jimmy approached Braun Breaker later on in the show. I'm pretty sure Jimmy's gonna try to get Braun to join, which I don't think is gonna happen. But at one point, Bronson Reed did pitch to them to be Roman Reigns' bodyguard.
Yes, I remember that.
He is Samoan himself. Bronson Reed is Samoan as well. Like part Samoan. I think he's part Samoan too. I gotta look it up again, but he has some roots to them. I forgot exactly how.
Regardless, he's an Islander. Even if he's Australian, he's like an Islander.
Yeah, for sure. It wouldn't be a bad idea. We don't really want to see it, but at the same time, as far as storylines that lines up, they're in the field right now. And there's still a storyline with Roman Reigns and Seth. Mm-hmm. He just got off on Solo. We're gonna say what he said. Matter of fact, we say it now. He told Solo also approached Seth Rollins about joining his team, saying, "Hey, we can put Roman down together." He's like, "Hey, I'll never tag with Roman. I ain't fooling with him, but I ain't gonna give him no fake Roman either." You know what I mean? And of course,
Roman. Yeah,
a wannabe Roman. And of course, Jacob got in his face, and then Solo had to hold him back. So now you say something about Bronson getting involved. Yep. That may happen. That makes a little bit of sense now, because we know they just signed the two brothers Haku and somebody else. They just signed two other Samoans, but they're gonna be on NXT.
Well, I believe they signed somebody from New Japan, and I think he's of the Anoa'i family as well.
Yeah, so, Jay. It's something with Jay. I think it's Jackson or Jason, something like that. It's something like that. So don't quote me on that, y'all, but it is with a J for sure. And he is the Anoa'i family. But they're gonna sign to NXT from my sources. So I pretty much think they're gonna have like a small bloodline on NXT as well. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna dominate like the rest of them, but they are probably gonna be like in contact with bloodline, either Roman or Rock or Solo. They're gonna be in contact with somebody, so we'll see what happens with that. But as far as storylines, I wouldn't be too mad about it because it would fit storylines. You know what I mean? There's really nobody else that Solo with them can get that would go with the storyline going right now.
Yeah.
So it just snap. They could. They just did an injury angle with Randy. KO could join them.
See, I thought about that too.
He's heel right now, and technically Solo and him will have the battle, but Roman was the one operating the team that, the whole 3 years that KO was going against him, Roman was the one operating it. Now, Solo can go behind the back and be like, "Hey, I was just doing what Roman was doing, what telling me to do." But at the same time, he just got done fighting Solo too. But technically, he still could do it just to spite Roman. So it's a few different angles they can go with.
Couple weeks out, we gotta wait. We'll see.
You know what?
Uh-oh.
It's probably Seth on one side and KO on the other side. No Bronson Reed. I can see that now. Okay, that may happen. We'll see, y'all. We don't know. I can't keep on spending too much time on that. But we'll see. We will definitely see it. I won't be mad at it. I won't be mad at either one of those scenarios at all. It's entertaining. It's in storylines.